Hey guys, Casey here from Freefall Data Systems. I hope you guys are all doing well and shredding it up there. I've got an exciting announcement about a new type of light for Color LT2. Now, taking a look at what we have so far, you guys are probably familiar with the FlexiLight 2 option, which is really great for open face helmets, but can of course also be used in a closed face as well. These lights are really pretty amazing in that they retain the shape that you bend them into. In a closed face helmet, they also have the advantage that they retain their position when the visor is opened. A disadvantage of this type of light, however, is that they can move around on you if they aren't firmly kept in place, either through a tight helmet design like the ToneFly 2X you see here, or through other reinforcement added, and most other types of helmets definitely need some other type of reinforcement. The FlexiLight was the first type of light that we developed for the original Color LT. We then came out with sticky lights, which have the advantage of always being in the same place without any need for adhesive or Velcro reinforcement, which is often necessary for FlexiLights. The disadvantage of sticky lights is that they are only for closed face helmets and only last the life of the visor, and then they need to be replaced. Well, we've come up with an additional visor-based light that can actually be removed and put onto another visor. This type of light doesn't involve any type of adhesion, as is the case with sticky lights. For this light, we're actually going to drill holes into our visor and basically mount a light with a rigid circuit board using screws and nuts. We tend to like to name our products descriptively, for which reason we are simply calling this one RigidLight. They actually go for the same price as all the other lights. When choosing RigidLight, it is important to understand with these that you're going to be drilling into your visor. So it's very important to get the location it is installed in right the first time, and ensure the light is installed such that the visor can open without restrictions. Just like for sticky lights, there isn't any second chance for placing RigidLight. I repeat, you are drilling into your visor, and these things aren't cheap. Alright, let's get to actually installing the light. You'll need a few things to carry out the installation. Alright, so in addition to the light, I've got an adjustable wrench, I've got a Phillips screwdriver, I have a drill with a 1/8 inch bit. You could use something smaller, but you definitely don't want to go any bigger than that, because the screw is M3.0, 3mm screws, so that's actually about 3.2 millimeters, 1/8 of an inch, so that's what we're going to be using, and then a little bit of Scotch tape, because we're going to make sure we get this in the right location, right? We're going to use the patterns that are supplied with the light to do that, just like we do for the sticky light. So let's do that first. So we're going to install this on the KISS helmet. Make sure when you do this that you cinch it down just like everything you're going to do when you jump. Glasses definitely, because the rim of the glasses can block the light. So for me, that seems about right. Let's see. I want this to be vertical, such like this. I'm actually going to try this on again, because I'm going to be very, very picky about getting this exactly right. I'm about to drill into my helmet, right? Let's get this right. My glasses back on. That's going to be perfect. All right, let's get to drilling. Now, Since I have a chalk marker, I can use that to mark the location of these holes. Like that. You could use a permanent marker as well, because you're going to drill right on that spot. And now, let's just make sure, I'm going to take the actual light out and make sure that this is going to make sure those holes line up, and they do. Perfect. That was of course the wrong way, but it doesn't matter. I'm actually going to save this for next time. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the cable onto the light. I have the visor back on here, and I'm going to make sure that when it's in that location, oh yeah, that's not going to be a problem. So I'm just making sure that the cable or neither the cable nor the light is going to hit the helmet as the visor opens. We want to be able to open our visor. You might notice that I actually have kind of a stopper there with the camera, but I can at least open it that much. So looks like that's going to work. It's not going to obstruct the opening of the visor, which is important. All right, so make sure that when you put it in that location that the visor is going to be able to open. That's very important. All right, let's hold it firmly. Make sure you get it exactly in the right location, right? You don't want to mess this up. Take it slowly. Here's one. Felt like I ended up just slightly lower. Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it. Alright, this is actually the first time I ever did that, so looks like it worked. Alright, so this is the hardware that comes with RigidLight. You've got a couple screws, couple O-rings, nuts and washers. We're gonna start by simply, we got our holes there, just insert those screws right in like that. Then the O-rings are going to go over the screws here. So let's put those O-rings are gonna go on the inside of the visor as such. And now, once those are on there, we can literally just take the light and put it on there. So we're gonna put the light on, like that. And now, the washers come on top of that. So place the washers as such. And now you can, just to make things easier, literally by hand, kind of start to thread the nuts on there like that. And I'm gonna do the same thing at the top. Just to get it started, it makes things a little bit easier. And we know that it's already at least affixed on there. Is that right? That looks right. Okay, so now we can use our tools. To go ahead and actually get a good grip on this nut. That. You want to feel a little bit of resistance. You don't want this to be loose, but you don't need to make it super, super tight either. So hold on that. Let me get that. That's not, there we go. Much better. All right, that seems about right. Do the same thing with the bottom. Grab that nut. Perfect. Feel a little bit of resistance there. Perfect, just like that. And it looks like we are good to go. That looks great. So now we can take the cable, and you'll notice the cable has two sides. The intention was for this side to plug in here. And of course you could do it the other way, but that was the intention. It's like that. Wow. I gotta say, I love it. And I hope it brings you guys a lot of fun and altitude awareness up there.